Hello there, it's Geoff Barton. It is Friday the 23rd of June and hold on a second, there's music in the air. Brace yourself. There we are. I'm going to stop right there because there will be a nostalgic glint in many eyes there of people of a certain age. There's the theme from a children's programme, like so many of those great children's programmes, take us back to a world which seems simpler and more straightforward. Why do we start with that? Well, we start with that because this week, as you know, this has happened. We've opened our formal postal ballot in terms of industrial action in the autumn term. We're not going to tell you how to vote, but what we are saying is, please, can you vote? It's a postal ballot. You can't do it online. And this is what our council members and others have been doing in droves. Indeed, even those members who are not eligible, for example, some of our members in independent schools. Great show of solidarity from you because you realise that things have got to a crisis point where in terms of recruitment, in terms of retention, in terms of the funding to do the kind of job you want to do in school and college leadership, something has to change. And that's the message that's being sent out there. And I'm just so grateful to all of these members who have filmed themselves or taken a photo of themselves posting their ballot paper, sometimes in person. There's John in a kind of slightly moody Blackpool setting. Here's Joe, acting head teacher at the school I went to in Stafford all those years ago, Walton High as it is now, Walton Comprehensive as it was when I went. And I have to say my mum never quite approved of that name, not because of the comprehensive bit, it's because the initials were WC. But Joe, thank you for doing that. And look, we've got the cleverest animals posting their ballot papers as well. And Chris Hildrew, who chairs our finance committee, doesn't just take a picture of himself posting that. He does a step-by-step how to spot the envelope, open the envelope, how to read the letter, once an English teacher, always an English teacher, how to fill in the ballot form, how to put it back in the envelope, how to close the envelope, how to say, I've done it and now I post it. All of that feels whimsical and silly. Those are people who are running our schools and colleges. But what they're doing isn't in any way whimsical or silly. They absolutely mean business. We all do. We have to get the government to be able to take education seriously, to bring it from the margins and to say in recruitment, retention, in the way we fund our education, look where we've got to. That we're having to talk about industrial action. What we're saying to you is whether you vote yes or whether you vote no, vote. We have to show that education matters. That's what those people are doing. We need you to do that. If your ballot paper hasn't arrived this week, you'll see in the email version today, we tell you how to get another ballot paper sent to you. But this is a key moment when this generation of school leaders needs to send out the message that enough is enough. And that is the serious message behind all of that. And the fact that you've got those people doing that, they're the people who are the guardians of children in our schools, right across England, those specific people on council, the fact that they're doing that, they're not there in donkey jackets, they're not the kind of people who get involved in this thing. It just shows the point we have got to. And the more you support us with that, give us the mandate, the more we will get a government finally, who appears to have gone walkabout, to come back and actually do what they need to do, talk and resolve this crisis. That's what we need to do. So thank you so much for that. Thanks too to those of you who came to London on Tuesday to meet MPs in our lobby of Parliament. We were doing that with the other education unions as well. And I think one thing we have to say about the current Secretary of State, she is the first Secretary of State for education, isn't she? Who has actually united all of the teacher unions. But we need to get this thing resolved. And thank you so much for voting. Ask for another ballot paper. Thanks for coming to the lobby of Parliament earlier this week. We really appreciate that. Finally, one other thing, and that is it was a real pleasure this week also to meet so many of our new head teachers, 120 of you who have either just stepped into headship or about to step into headship. And against all the gloom of what we're dealing with all the time, and there's plenty of that, there was something hugely inspiring for us to listen to you, to see the eagerness, the sense of moral purpose with which you are going to be stepping into that role of headship. And we are delighted to represent you, but very proud to be working with you and supporting you as you move into one of the most exciting jobs that there is in public service. So that's it. We want you this weekend to take your ballot paper, to go to a post box, to post it. Next week, I will find miscellaneous post boxes and do my Tuesday and Friday videos from there. Don't get overexcited. It could all go horribly wrong. We leave you not with the theme from any children's programmes, but the wish that you can have a good, peaceful weekend. Get some time with family and friends. As always, if you need us, Then we've got our member support team, our hotline team, our legal team here to be able to give you professional advice and support. But if you just want to tell us stuff, tell us at ascl.org.uk. That's what we're here for. You have yourself a good weekend.